Jack Harrison was born in East Hull, and he went off to university in a time when university places were almost the exclusive right of the wealthy. He came from a humble background and went and trained as a teacher. Then he came back to Hull and surprised everybody when he signed for Hull FC, because everybody had expected him to sign for Rovers because of his East Hull roots and because his dad was a Rovers fan. He scored a decisive try for Hull FC in the 1914 Challenge Cup final, the first time they ever won it, against Wakefield Trinity. And then the next year he went and set a club record of 52 tries in the 1914-15 season. It's a club record still to this day. And once he'd done that, he'd married his wife Lillian by then, and they'd had a little boy called Jackie. And despite being in a reserved occupation, Jack decided that he needed to go and serve king and country on the front line in the First World War. And so he trained at Inns of Course officer training and was commissioned as a temporary second lieutenant and sent to the front line. While he was at the front line, he went and won the Military Cross on the Western Front of the Battle of the Somme. And then on the 3rd of May 1917, his battalion, the 11th Tradesmen's Battalion of the East Yorkshire Regiment, went into battle at Oppy Wood in northern France near Arras. And unfortunately, Jack, he took it upon himself to try and knock out a German machine gun that was basically slaughtering his men. He made a single-handed charge at it, and he knocked out the machine gun with a Mills grenade, a single Mills grenade that he had. But in the process, he was tragically shot dead. His body was never recovered, and because of the bravery that he showed that day, he was posthumously awarded a Victoria Cross. He's actually the first ever professional sportsman to be awarded the Victoria Cross. And he left behind a wife and son, a young son who was just short of 2 years old. And at the time, the people were so enamoured with Jack. He was such a hero to such a lot of people in the classroom and on the rugby pitch and then on the battlefield. They actually came together to send money to his wife Lillian so their son Jackie could be educated. There's a Facebook page, Jack Harrison VC Statue Campaign, that's got over 300 people following it. There's a Twitter account which is at JH_VC Statue 52. I think that's got 50 something followers, but every Hull FC supporter that I speak to, certainly they certainly seem to have want this. They want this to happen, and it's starting to spread to the larger rugby league family as well now, because they've allowed me to share the crowdfunding page on Castleford Tigers dedicated Facebook page, because of course Hull FC are going to go and play Castleford Tigers on Boxing Day in what is called the Harrison Bryan Trophy, which is dedicated to the memory of Jack and a former Castleford player called Thomas Bryan, who also won the VC. So, you know, we're starting to get more reaction to it. There's obviously there's been stories in the Hull Daily Mail. I've had Martin Sadler in touch with me. He's the editor of League Express, the rugby league trade paper. He wants to do an article about it. I've been on Radio Humberside, so yeah, there certainly seems to be support, very broad support at the moment. You know, there's Hull FC supporters, there's Hull KR supporters even coming up to me and saying, "You go and do it. You know, let's get this sorted." And you know, and the wider community and obviously the mainstream media, including yourself, of course. So yeah, we seem to have a lot of support at the moment.